Let's move on to our second player.
Ooh. Be kind.
Oh, not so kind.
Be kind.
How can it not be kind? They're all good players.
Yeah.
Oh, this one's easy.
Hello.
Let's talk then about the king of Egypt, Mohamed Salah. Chloe's just done it again. Like, for all the talk in the summer of Mohamed Salah, is he even going to be here? Has his head gone? Is he miserable? Does he blah blah blah? He is a goal machine and an assist machine, and he has just been, like I say, he might not be the same player as he was 3 or 4 years ago in terms of impact on the game as like constant, giving the ball, he'll run at players, whatever. But my God, Mohamed Salah knows how to pass a ball and how to finish a ball, and he's just shown it again already.
Yeah, it's ridiculous, the levels of Mo Salah. There's a certain lad who's retired at his age already, and I've got Mo Salah still tearing it up in the league. Bear in mind, I think aside from Erling Haaland, who's just a machine, Mo Salah is potentially the best player in the Premier League. He's just absolutely outrageous. And you all knew, you had glimpses of him with unbelievable assists. But this season, I mean, first of all, we all thought he decided to make a new role of himself and become the provider for everyone. But it's just his vision and the fact that his technique and his way to pass has just improved so much.
He's a joke.
He's ridiculous. He's unstoppable. And even in games where you don't see him, he'll pop up with a goal still, or he'll do something to influence the game. He's back on pens as well, and he seems to be slotting them so far. I'll touch my head just in case that stops. But yeah, he's just lethal. I don't have any... I think we've gone through the superlatives of what we can explain and describe Mo Salah with. He is just world class, one of the best in the world. We're extremely lucky to have him, and I hope to God this isn't the last season of him, because if he can replicate this level again next year, you're missing an unbelievable footballer.
He's got 10 appearances in all comps, 6 goals, 4 assists, so even I can work that out. It's a goal contribution every single game. He scored 5 in the league, obviously, and 1 in Europe. He's got the 4 assists in the league. Dan, if someone sat here and said to me, Mo Salah's the best player in the world, argue against me right now, there aren't that many arguments. You can name other players. You can name other players who are having really good, and even in the Premier League, there's lads having really good seasons. But he is, like, Chloe's right, he's in his 30s. It isn't the same player as what he was, but he's doing it differently. And his impact on the game, like I say, is still huge. Teams are terrified of him. He's got everything. He's just a killer as well. You mentioned it about Jota earlier. Like, he might be the best player in the league now. He might be the best player in the world now. He might not be, and there's other names you can throw out there who are having really good seasons, of course, but there's no drop off in Mo Salah. He's still in that level of footballer, even in his early 30s now.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, and you can add another assist to that tally if you want for the Diaz one. If we're going to be dead honest about it. And there's a couple more. I was thinking through some of his performances there and the goals and the assists. There's a couple more passes. There's another one to Diaz which he probably should reach. He doesn't quite get to. His passing and what he's offering in that aspect now is something we haven't seen loads of. Like, he's always got decent numbers when it comes to assists, but they were often sort of laying it on a plate for Sadio Mane or Bobby Firmino, whoever it may be. But now we are seeing a slightly different Mohamed Salah, with still chipping in with his own outstanding goal contributions in terms of scoring himself, because it's interesting the way he's playing, because it's almost like we've all spoken about how well he's linking up with Darwin Núñez, and he does appear to be just slightly deeper when Núñez plays, because Núñez is often the man running behind. He's got, twice against Newcastle was Salah through to Núñez, so that's a new thing. That's like almost like a 10 Mohamed Salah, whereas when it is Gakpo and Jota, it's slightly different, and Salah's allowed to be old Mohamed Salah a little bit more and running at people and that type of stuff. But Chloe summed it up perfectly there. Like, he is outrageously good. Like, we are still so lucky to have him, and we should never take him for granted. We always give Núñez his flowers and Szoboszlai this season especially, but Mohamed Salah still do Mohamed Salah's things. Like, this is his world. We're all just living in it at times. Like, we really shouldn't just underestimate the fact that he turns up in games, gets his 2 goals, goes about his business quietly, and then we all move on. Like, he is ridiculous. Like, the other day, I don't think he was great the other day, and he scored twice. You know what I mean? It's mad.
It's also his work ethic, his determination, his desire. I've not seen a person more in shape in my life. He doesn't seem like he stops. He cares so much about his body to be able to play at the highest level. And I've been shocked with Szoboszlai in terms of, I don't think I've seen anyone press like him. Like, Salah was the only other player who I thought could be fitter than him, in terms of how they can just carry on going. And Mo Salah he's relentless. That's the only way.
Yeah, he is.
He's obsessed with being the best, and that is the best part of him. It's that no matter he could score a hat-trick, but if he missed the fourth chance, he'd be fuming on himself, and he'd want to go and prove it right. And that's the thing. To be on the level that Mo Salah is, you have to be obsessed with wanting to be the best. You have to be obsessed with putting the right food in your body, training the right way, recovering the right way, and he is. He's just all of that. He's everything that is perfect in a player and that you want in a footballer.
We've got a couple of Discord comments. Ashley says he's an assistant goal machine, and he's also taking on a leadership role even without an armband. Yeah, which is fair enough. Quad bod, Salah starts in every team in the world, and that's the only way to think about him. Like, there is a genuine case to make Danny. He might be the best player in the world. Like, he might. I thought this. What season was it? It was the season when we had the Ekru kit, remember? He just scores that. He scores the hat-trick at Old Trafford. I was thinking at that moment in time, I think he was the best player on the planet.
Was, yeah.
I think he was. There's a world now where he might. I don't know who else is there. Like, really, like, Haaland is different. He's a killer. He is. He's unbelievable. Don't get me wrong. They're not bad players. There's really great players across Europe.
Vinicius Junior's a brilliant winger.
Yeah, Jude Bellingham might want to have a conversation.
Yeah.
And I don't want to say it because it didn't come to
you're
us,
right.
I think you're right. Listen, overall, I think you're right. Mohamed Salah and what he's doing right now, you can't bring your Messi into the equation anymore because of where. And listen, best I've ever seen. Like, you know what I mean. But because of what he's doing and where he's doing it, he's not quite the same now. Ronaldo, likewise, it might well be Mohamed Salah. We might have to have a big old conversation because Haaland, albeit freakish, albeit robotic, hasn't had the start of the season he probably would have wanted. And there's a few
7 goals.
Yeah, of course.
He's a joke, of course.
There's a few in the same boat, but for what Mohamed Salah's doing now, the development and sort of the transformation in his game, he may well be in that conversation once more, and I'd happily have it with anybody. But I think if you ask the last defence who was the best player in the world, they'd probably say Mohamed Salah, because that cameo in Austria was a farce. Like, he came on and literally went, do I need to be here? Like, and he just ran
I said
the show.
It was like in school when the year 11s joined in with the year 7s, and he was like, I'm just running round rings around you.
Like, they're also professional footballers playing in the Europa League, and you never would have guessed. No. It was a joke, that it really was. Like, he must have felt, I was like, really, you need me? Go on then. And that was levels, mate. That was proper levels. That. And
to end the Salah conversation with you close, that there was serious question marks about his future. We didn't know on after our deadline day that Saudi, there was still talk that he's going to Saudi Arabia. Someone bid, a record bid for the fella. Like, it could have happened. I don't know whether we don't know if he wants to go. Did he want us to? We'll never know that until down the line with someone. It'll come out in time. He's showing no effects of that. Like, it doesn't look like he doesn't look like a lad who's sulking or who's got a cob on per se. He's just like, even during all that time, he was just scoring goals, assists, and we haven't seen no drop off. Which, like you say, there's almost like an assumption that this is just the last year of Mo Salah. Like, everyone's just agreed to it. Liverpool would be mad to, like, I'd be having contract talks now, like, straight away. I'm like, this is your level now. You can do this till you're 37. There's no reason why we can't. Everyone's looking past Mo Salah. He could be here for 5 more years if he wants to be. Like, the conversation it'll come up again in January, it'll come up in the summer, but I mean, no one's going to be unhappy if Salah. Surely we all want him to sign this contract. At the start of the season, it was like, oh, well, just keeping this in and we'll sell him and everyone will shake hands. I was like, don't want to lose this. What can you do to replace this? This is unreal.
Yeah, I can't even explain how important he's been to Liverpool and to winning trophies under the Jurgen Klopp era. And it's just like, I've seen some unbelievable footballers play at Anfield in my life, and he is up there with the best. And the fact that any distraction, he just takes away from it. He doesn't think about it. He doesn't speak about it. He always says the right things. When he's being questioned on it, it's like, no, I'm at Liverpool and I'm happy to be here. And I hope he doesn't leave next season, because he's irreplaceable. Yeah. He just is irreplaceable. And I don't care what anyone says. No amount of money is going to find you the next Mo Salah, because I don't think there is one at this moment in time. It's very slim pickings for right wingers out there, especially ones that can do what he does. I mean, you think about it, we've had to stick him up top when we've gone down to 10-9 men this season.
He's played the front a bit,
and he's been incredible up there as well. He's versatile, his work rate, his work ethic. He's just perfect. He's an unbelievable footballer.
Season out of 10?
9 for me.
Yeah.
Cool. Hey guys, that was a clip from our Reds Roulette show, the first ever one we've done over on Red Men Plus. If you want to go and check it out, we spoke about loads more Liverpool players at random. We spun that wheel, and whoever we landed on, we had a big old chat about. Get yourselves involved, redmenplus.com. If you sign up as a yearly captain, use the code BREAK, BREAK, and you'll get 50% off your yearly subscription, half price. Get yourselves involved. Go and check out Reds Roulette. See you all soon.